What's up people? Welcome back to Basic Principles YouTube channel. What do you think is the biggest step that you could make in a relationship? Is it to tell someone that you love them? Tell someone you want them and go through with showing them how much you really want them? Or, is it moving in with them? Well, if you never knew, let me tell you this. The spark of a new relationship may cause butterflies, wild thoughts and an ocean of love to flood your body. And, in today's video, we peek into the exciting journey of a young couple contemplating on taking the leap of faith and moving in together and having a baby. Moving in with your partner is a significant milestone that brings both joy and challenges. There is a popular Jamaican proverb that goes like this: see me and come live with me are two different things. The English translation for this is, to see me and come live with me are two different things. Meaning, you and someone can seem like a match made in heaven while you just meet each other and spend a few hours to a day together, but when you move in together, you might see another side of the person you would not otherwise meet if you never move in together. Remember, in relationships, especially the early part of them, people always put their best foot forward, and rightfully so. After all, a relationship is a long audition for marriage, at least, it used to be. Anyway, without further ado, let's hear what happens in today's story, titled, Should I Run Away with My Boyfriend and Get Pregnant? The letter to the pastor reads,
Dear Pastor, I buy the Star just to read your column daily. I have always wanted to write to you. I am going to be 19 early next year and my boyfriend is 24. He wants me to have his first child. I also want a baby, but I don't want to get pregnant in my parents' house. He got a house through National Housing Trust recently, but he has not moved in as yet. He has always wanted me to live with him, and he said when he gets his new house we would move in together. His parents are overseas, and he lives with his younger sisters. He also wants to meet my mother, but I am afraid because I have never introduced any of my past boyfriends to her, so I told him soon. I really love my boyfriend. He treats me extremely well and he has 2 jobs. Pastor, should I move in with him and have our child, or should we go out of the country to a small island as we planned and have the baby and come back and then tell my mother after? Please give me your advice. SD.
Dear SD, I cannot encourage you to have a child out of wedlock, neither can I encourage you to move in with this man. You are 19 and you do not have to be in any hurry to become a wife or a mother. You haven't said anything about your education. I would have loved to hear what plans you have to further your education. I do not doubt that you love your boyfriend, but it is wrong for him to be pushing you to have his baby or to live with him. And this scheme that both of you have talked about is nonsense. You should not agree to go to another island and have a child. You should never try to deceive your parents, and this young man should not encourage you to do so. And you must bear in mind that although you love your boyfriend, circumstances may change and he might walk away from you. There is no guarantee that he will be with you forever, so you should stay right at home with your parents and give yourself some more time to mature. If this man wants to move you into his new house, he should first marry you. Introduce him to your parents and tell your mother that he wants you to live with him and to have his baby. I am sure that she would discourage you from doing so right now. Please let me hear from you again. Pastor.
Okay, so that was Dear Pastor's take on the matter. Unfortunately, this story has no comments, so I'll just give my 2 cents. I agree with Pastor that the couple should not move in together. While it seems like a good idea on the surface, if they are not serious about sticking together and walking down the aisle, it is best not to take such a step. Moving in together will cause a paradigm shift that the couple must be mentally, physically, socially, spiritually and financially prepared for, because like I previously stated, moving in with your partner will bring both joy and challenges. However, how things are lately, many people today are only in a relationship for the good times, and when the storm comes, you see how quickly they become magicians. We already have broken homes in abundance. Now is the time to heal the family, so we can heal the nation. Nevertheless, let's give props where it is due. The boyfriend is working hard to set himself up, and it seems he is family oriented, which is a green flag for a healthy relationship. And LOL, the girlfriend seems like a person who will fit in a guy's life. She seems to have a creative mind, willing to disappear with her boyfriend and reappear with her family. I wish these two well. I hope they spend more time getting to know each other and see if their values and goals align. If they are, then they can take that leap of faith. But maybe you disagree with me, so let me know what you think about this story. Do you believe the writer should go ahead and move in with her boyfriend? Have you ever lived with a lover before? What was it like? Comment below. And please, subscribe to the channel for more Reddit, cheating and Dear Pastor stories like this one. We cover stories and give insights on human nature and how they affect relationships. Also, if you like this video, click on the screen for more videos like it. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love.
Sex. I want sex!
In a world where stress follows you and money leaves you, it is easy to feel overwhelmed. However, there is one antidote that many people have overlooked that could help them de-stress and even boost their productivity. Yes, I am talking about sex. Sex. Sex is well known for bringing pleasure and for procreation. However, if you thought that sex was only limited to procreation and pleasure, well then, let me burst your bubble. Sex, or making love as some people call it, is good for adults, and having it regularly is even better. Sex never gets old. It is evergreen. It is sugar, spice and everything nice. It is difficult to describe the exhilarating moment of getting intimate with your partner. When lips and bodies lock, there are butterflies and fireworks that make you feel like you are on top of the world. With love, trust and understanding comes intimacy and sex. This extremely intimate act not only gives you and your partner intense pleasure, but it also releases feel-good hormones that help you to feel good throughout the day, boost your immune system, and keep you active. With these awesome benefits, how come you are not indulging in sex every day? Fret not, I will help you to appreciate the health benefits of sex. Here are 5 reasons why having sex every day is beneficial. 1. It builds emotional intimacy. 2. It makes you feel better throughout the day. 3. It boosts your immunity. 4. It reduces stress. 5. It increases blood circulation. And if you stick around till the end of the video, I will give you a bonus benefit that will make you feel like Orochimaru from Naruto. So, let's dive deep into these reasons. Sex is not merely about physical intimacy. It helps to strengthen the emotional bond between the two partners. Have you ever been in a friends with benefits or a situationship where you and the person agreed to just be intimate and keep things casual? What happened? In a lot of cases, those relationships have one or even both partners start wanting more, wanting to be in a serious relationship and to be exclusive. This is more common with women because when women have sex, their body releases oxytocin that causes them to feel closer to the guy they are making love with, especially if that guy is putting it on her real good to the point she decided then and there that she'd rather tearing up the sheets than tearing up the streets. All in all, for any relationship to be successful, it is important that the people involved are emotionally on the same page, and having sex is a fantastic way to build that emotional intimacy. According to research, people who had sex in the morning coped better with their daily stress and even sailed through the day in a good mood. Thanks to all the feel-good hormones produced after a session of sex, couples are armed with a smile to all the challenges that life throws at them daily. Do you get sick a lot and wonder how you can stop being sick all the time? Well, regular lovemaking increases the level of the immune-boosting antibody immunoglobulin A, IgA, which in turn makes your body stronger against illnesses like the common cold and fever. Have you ever been stressed out with money problems, work problems, family problems, or just life in general? Do not let it affect your performance in the bedroom. Not only will having sex improve your mood, but a study has also proven that folks who engage in regular bedroom activities can handle stress better and are happier people. Sex is an exercise everyone enjoys, and because your heart rate increases when you have sex, fresh blood is supplied to your cells and organs. While used blood is removed, the body also expels toxins and other materials that cause you to feel tired. So, those are 5 reasons why having sex every day is beneficial. And, as promised for making it this far in the video, I will give you a 6th reason why you should have sex more often. Orochimaru, from Naruto, goal was to learn every jutsu in existence. However, he quickly realized that to learn every technique in the Naruto world would take more than a single lifetime. Hence, he got obsessed with immortality to buy himself more time. While having sex every day won't make you immortal, it will definitely promote longevity. How, you may ask? Well, when you have an orgasm, a hormone called dihydroepiandrosterone is released. This improves immunity, repairs tissue, and keeps the skin healthy. Men who have at least 2 orgasms a week live longer than men who have sex just once every few weeks. There you have it, guys. Sex is an amazing moment of intimacy and one of the highest expressions of love that creates a powerful bond between 2 partners in a relationship. So, if someone you like may want to know some reasons why they should be having sex or having more sex, especially with you, you can share this video with them and let them know that JamaicanReddit authorize it. Anyway, please smash the subscribe button for more ins and outs of relationship, comment and let us know if you have ever experienced any of these benefits before. And if you like this video, check out some more videos on the channel on the screen or in the description below. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love.
Granny used to tell me, "Don't thief, if you cannot hide." It was not that Granny was encouraging me to go out and steal, but rather, she was telling me I should not go out and steal or do any wrongdoing because I am likely to get caught. I said that to say this, a lot of people have side pieces and think they won't get caught, but in all the sneaking around, they start to slip up and then boom. They get caught in the act and have their partners write cheating stories to Reddit or Dear Pastor. So people, today's story is titled, "Caught a Side Chick in My House." For more juicy Reddit and Dear Pastor stories like this one, please smash the subscribe button, like the video and leave a comment to help out the channel. We post videos daily. Without further ado, let's hear how this lady caught these 2 cheaters red-handed. The letter to the pastor reads,
Dear Pastor, season's greetings to you and your staff. This is the first time I am writing to you, but I read your column every day, and I enjoy listening to your show. I have a problem. It started some years ago before I got married. The man I fell in love with had other women, but I could not stop loving him. He was always promising that he would change. I always asked him what the other girls had that I didn't have. He could not give me an answer. He was just a wild man, but he was loving and kind. When he told me a lie, it sounded like truth. He would look me straight in my eyes and lie, and I would believe him. When I complained about him to my parents, my father would say that I should be patient. My mother used to tell me that my father was a wild man, too. I married this man, believing that he would change. He stopped his promiscuous ways for a few months, but then he started to come home late. He said he was always working, but he was with other women. He got a woman pregnant, and when I told him that I was going to leave him, he cried like a baby. I decided that I was going to leave because I am a nurse and I got a job overseas. He couldn't deal with my going away. I made my plans, and one day when he left for work, I flew out. I didn't even tell my parents that I was going away. I only told one of my sisters, and to this day, he hates her because she took me to the airport. My estranged husband keeps asking that I return. There is even a preacher, who is known to both of us, who has been trying to convince me to come back to Jamaica. He told me that my husband is a changed man. I asked him what proof he has, and he told me he is always in church and has even testified. One weekend I surprised him by coming home. Only the same sister who he despises knew that I was coming. I came on an afternoon flight and stayed with my sister, and at about 10 p.m. she took me home. I regretted not telling him because when I went to the house and knocked, the house was in darkness. My husband peeked out and saw my sister and asked what she was doing there. She told him that she was only there to talk to him. He said he had nothing to talk to her about. I then shouted out, "Open the door." He complied. He was wearing his boxers only. I have never seen a big man tremble so much. He was in there with one of his girlfriends. I went after the girl, but he held me. My sister told me not to get myself into trouble and that we should leave. This was the man who said he was changed. I was prepared to give him another chance, but I won't. I hate him. Our 2 children are with my mother. It is Christmas and I would love to come to Jamaica, but I don't want to see this man. I blocked him from my phone. He called my mother and asked her to talk to me, but my mother knows that is a waste of time. Pastor, I am now dating a doctor and there is no turning back with me. I'm going to marry him although he is from a different race. We are living together now and I have my blessing from my friends and the people I work with. Do you think I have made the right decision? My children, I believe, will be better off leaving their father. P.
Dear P. You gave your husband a long rope to hang himself and he could not see that his marriage would come to an end because of his foolish behavior. I believe that you truly loved him, and that you forgave him over and over. Your parents encouraged you to stay and to forgive him, and that is what you did. You could not take his behavior anymore, so you made your plans and left Jamaica. I believe that by your leaving, he felt that he could do anything he wanted because you could not see him. You have not said whether you were faithful to him and when you got involved with the doctor. Did you get involved with the doctor to punish your husband? Your husband blew up a good relationship. He was a clever liar, but you found out everything about him, and not only did you give him a rope to hang himself, but he will discover that he will never have a better woman than you in his life. I hope that your present relationship will prove to be happy and successful. Make sure that whatever happens, your children are supported. Don't leave your children behind, and let them communicate with their father as often as possible. You have a duty to ensure that they get a good education. I wish you well, madam. I am sure that you have your faults, but your husband behaved like a fool and destroyed his marriage. Pastor.
Guys, I won't lie to you. As we approach the Christmas season, cheating stories like this one will be a dime a dozen. As the time gets colder, people want to be wrapped up, tied up and entangled up with August, April, Gemini and the whole lot. Sometimes, the only things that are certain are taxes, death and being cheated on, or as we call it in Jamaica, bun. I am really glad this writer gave in to what her parents told her because as she said her husband was loving and kind, so she could look past that character flaw and still love him. However, everyone has a boiling point and over the years she reached hers and could not wait for her husband's joystick to only be accessible to her. He really lost a good one. Unfortunately, some men will have a good woman and press her buttons until she explodes and do something crazy before they appreciate what they have before it is too late. But, that is how some people learn, they learn the hard way. Anyway guys, let's check out the comments for this one. Vernal hit us with the first comment, she said.
Madam, are you bored? Hence your reason for writing to Pastor? Are you seeking validation or Pastor's blessings to marry the doctor?
Sheldon John shared his thoughts. You said that you are dating a doctor and you are both living together and you also have the blessings from your friends and co-workers. Now, with this admission from you I believe that you should be in a happy place, so my question to you is, what the hell do you need Pastor's advice for? This is one of the typical examples why men take many of you women for poppy show. Woman Kiba, quiet yourself and stop wasting people's time. It looks like you have nothing to do with your free time. I think it's best if you go try some knitting or crocheting and pray that the doctor doesn't see this letter. Shake my head. Someone replied to Sheldon John.
Men take women for poppy show. GWL. It is true, they have met so many stupid women who claim to be in love with nonsense they think that another woman will stand for crap.
She then went on and dropped another comment.
Do you think I have made the right decision? I do not know how intelligent you are for asking such a foolish question after all you have been through with that man. Anyone can testify in church and put on a good show. What goes on in the dark behind closed doors is a different story. Move forward with the doctor who supposedly has good morals. We ask God for blessings, but we think God will come south then he comes north, we expect God to come east then he comes west.
J. Jones added. And yet, you were probably sleeping with this doctor while still married. This is simply a case of foreign mind. Ijamon W. Thomas also added, Pastor, how can you say that the lady has faults? You know nothing of her. The Bible says judge not, lest you yourself be judge. Let me interject here, I always hear people saying this and using the good book out of context. However, everything must be interpreted in the right context. The scripture that is usually referred to on this topic is Matthew 7:1. However, snowflake people tend to miss the whole chapter. Judging, in and of itself is not wrong, we judge each other every day, it is when we accuse someone wrongfully, or better yet, when we play hypocrite and bring down someone, for example, who is stealing, when we are also stealing, but we just never got caught. Anyway, Wesbo, the poet says, Pastor, thanks for another very brilliant response. I really like one of the questions you asked Lady P. You have not said whether you were faithful to him and when did you get involved with the doctor. Did you get involved with the doctor to punish your husband? Because two wrongs do not make a right. Can we talk to chimed in and said,
Pastor, I have only one comment to make which is in disagreement with yours, and that is that this writer and her wild husband both have a responsibility towards the child that together they created. He is also responsible for ensuring that they get a good education, and everything else that a parent ought to have a conscience to look about when speaking of their offspring.
Mike B also chimed in with a profound comment. The man I fell in love with had other women, but I could not stop loving him. Lady P, that was your first foolish mistake. Men like that agree with the saying, variety is the spice of life. And will hardly ever change. But let's be honest here, you knew the relationship was over after he got that other woman pregnant and you threatened to leave him. Then you left, without letting him know. At that point, I am sure he knew you had checked out of the relationship. Hence, with his appetite for women, it is not that strange that he started living with another woman. Yes, you were still married, but you had left. Now you are with your new love. Hopefully, you are in this relationship for the right reasons, and not just using the doctor as your rebound guy. Like Pastor said, though, you should still allow the kids to have a continuous relationship with their father. No point in cutting them off from their dad. Reader woman looked like she wants to cast a spell on this one.
Marry the doctor now. Don't sit there and wait on a divorce. Sort that out later.
Arawak 77 replied to reader woman. You're telling me you would want this woman to marry your doctor's son, when he can instead go find a childless woman with none of this drama? Make it make sense, woman. Lady D replied to Arawak 77.
Just because a woman is childless it doesn't mean she is a right fit. Okay. Drama? There won't be any drama because the children won't be here for a while. Plus the prospective husband is thousands of miles away.
Florence May replied to reader woman. Are you serious? Have you ever heard of the word bigamy? Do some homework and then revise your comment. Hey guys, I saved you the trouble of looking up that word. Bigamy is the offense of marrying someone while already married to another person. And the last comment comes from Bleach. You are no better than your husband, both of you are cheating. If you finish with him, divorce him, but don't sin by committing adultery just because he does it. You know from day one you were married to a dog, so why do you think he would change? To make it worse, you run away and give him more free time to sex down the place. You're also at fault. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, another cheating Reddit/Dear Pastor story. What are your thoughts on this one? Did you agree or disagree with any comment that was made by Pastor, myself, or one of the comments? Let us know in the comment section. If you enjoyed this video and want more, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, and definitely check out another video on the channel for more crazy cheating stories out of Jamaica and around the world. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Love. Yow, what's up my people? Welcome back to Basic Principles YouTube channel. The channel that provides you with interesting stories out of Jamaica and around the world for your entertainment. Thanks for tuning in. Hit subscribe for more videos. Guys, you see the title and the thumbnail, so tell me in the comment section what you would do if you find out that your sibling or one of your close friends is messing around with your partner. Someone you are helping to get on their feet, so you provide them with good hospitality only for them to stab you in the back. Boy, it seems like you cannot trust your enemy, friend, and you cannot even trust your family member. Anyway guys, the title of the story is, Sister Trying to Sleep with My Husband. So, without further ado, the letter to the pastor reads.
Dear Pastor, I'm 25 and I recently got married to a wonderful man who is only 27. He is tall and handsome. I'm having a problem with one of my sisters. From she met my husband, she fell in love with him. I thought she was joking when she first told me how much she loved him. When she told me that, I thought that she loved him as a brother-in-law, so I told her that I was glad. This thing is causing problems in the family because she has also told other family members how much she loves him. My sister has a boyfriend and I told her that if she does not stop fooling around my husband, I'm going to complain to her boyfriend. My husband warned me to keep quiet because anybody can love him. I know my sister. This is not the first time she is fooling around a family member's partner. She went to Canada and stayed with a cousin, and our cousin had to ask her to leave because she slept with her husband. She said it only happened once. I told her it should not have happened at all. I told my sister not to come back to our house, and my husband is annoyed with me because of that. I used to love my sister so much because she is older than I am and I used to look up to her. I even helped her financially because her boyfriend does not help her very much, and at times she is in need. My mother is not pleased with me because I told her not to return to the house. My mother believes that she was only joking about my husband. I asked my husband whether he would go to bed with my sister, and he said even if he saw her naked, he would not touch her. I don't believe that he is speaking the truth. But I know that they have not had sex because my sister cannot keep her mouth, she would tell her friends. I know she will see this letter because she reads your column every day. So, I said to her, Sister, keep away from my husband, what he has is mine and not yours. I love you as a sister, but I cannot share my husband with you. Pastor, answer this letter urgently. Initial withheld.
Dear writer, perhaps your sister needs to undergo some therapy. If you are talking the truth about her getting sexually involved with a cousin's partner in Canada, and now she is eager to have your husband, she needs psychological help. She does not understand that she should observe boundaries. Your husband is your husband and she should not cross that boundary. Perhaps I have mentioned it before, but I remember how a young lady said she hates her mother, and when I inquired why, she said she caught her mother having sex with her husband. She hates her mother with a passion. Another woman told me that her mother had sex with her brother. It was not her mother's son, but it was her father's son, and she knew that her mother was having sex with him. When she and her sister spoke to their mother about it, their mother cursed them and told them what she does with her private part is her business. Some relatives don't have shame. Your husband believes that you are taking this matter too far. I cannot say that I am against you for telling your sister not to come back to your house. She does not behave and she cannot be trusted. Don't make anybody in your family condemn you for what you have done. Protect your family life. Pastor.
That was Pastor's take, so let's check out what the people had to say. First comment comes from Gunner4Life7. Your husband should be backing your decision to ban your sister from your home. This should not be a debate between you and him. Your sister is a liability. All this talk about therapy is crap, she has no shame. We need to bring back shame in our society. It is unfortunate that you have to choose, but you have to protect your family and leave relatives behind. Vernal replied to Gunnar for Life 7 and said, 1000% upvotes. We need to bring back shame in our society, one of the best comments I have read in recent times. Then Can We Talk To replied to Gunnar for Life 7 as well. While I understand your sentiments, the Creator has endowed each of us human beings with the characteristic of having free will. Is that not which got Adam and Eve into a problem in the beginning? Each person has to be individually responsible for their own code of conduct and know for themselves which line or lines that they absolutely will not cross. That sentiment extends into every facet of life. Nobody but God is watching every single step, move that the human being makes, but we who are so haughty do not believe that which they cannot see. We human beings who are so arrogant do not believe that we all will have someone higher and greater than ourselves to answer to one day. In the interim though, that leaves the onus on the individual to be on the up and up at all times regardless of who is or isn't watching, as a sign of taking responsibility for our own personal actions. How many are willing to take on that challenge consistently and rise to meet the occasion? Reggaeman added, "Why is your husband annoyed? You shouldn't trust him either, and you did the right thing by telling her she isn't welcomed in your home." Sheldon John also added, "Why is your husband not happy that you banned your sister from your house? Is it because in his eyes he sees easy pickings lol?" On a serious note though, how many men will see a clean woman stripped naked in front of him and neglect his manly impulses? I know that you did the right thing by banning her from your home. Also, do not allow your mother to convince you otherwise, because your sister has already proven herself. She even went as far as Canada and spread her legs for her cousin's husband. Going forward, you must always remember to keep one of your eyes focused at all times on your husband and her, even while you are at work, because I think your husband smells fresh meat and he is lining up for the great big harvest. Can We Talk To replied to Sheldon John. Sheldon John, I think that if this writer's sister offered, he, the writer's husband, would not find it objectionable to taking part in what was offered, and then likely to have the temerity to say that it was the sister who came onto him, which I'm not discounting, but he too had a personal choice to make for himself. While neither a wife nor a husband can watch their partner 24/7 365, everybody has to have their own personal set of core values and a moral code of conduct, i.e., integrity, so as to take independent responsibility for whatever actions they choose to either take or not to take. Neither this writer's sister or husband apparently can be trusted any further than she can throw them, as they're likely cut from the same cloth. Someone else added, "Your husband sounds like he wants his ego stroked again and again. If it was the other way around, he would have done the same thing. Your sister is looking for financial help instead of earning a skill. She is using her beef. LOL. Flydude86. To the older sister, please respect your younger sister's request, and leave her husband alone." Vernal added, "Mommy dearest is an enabler. Madam, you should ask yourself, why is your husband annoyed? Sister, we are told that you read this column, have some decency, seek therapy as pastor suggested, and don't do anything to make your family take sides." Jacob Forrest chimed in, with the last comment, and said, "Action speaks louder than words. I am the type of person who would definitely help out anyone I can, especially a family member. However, if a family member were to disrespect me like that, even though the good book says that we should forgive 70 times 7, I won't be able to forget such disrespect. So, that family will only get love from me from a far distance. My spouse would be just as guilty, so that relationship would definitely end. But guys, let me know what you think about this situation. Do you agree with pastor's advice? Do you agree or disagree with any of the comments we went over? Let us know in the comment section. And while you are doing that, please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video to someone who will like this content. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Love.
What's up people? Welcome back to Basic Principles YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a heartfelt one, especially to those who love the holiday season. Recently, I discovered a story where a young lady found out something shocking about her boyfriend that has left her feeling uncertain about their future together. Not only did she find out that he has a Grinch-like attitude towards Christmas, but she also found out that she was pregnant with his child. It's a challenging situation, so she reached out to Dear Pastor for advice and support. In today's video, this young lady will be sharing her story, discussing her concerns and seeking guidance on what steps to take next. However, before we proceed, guys, don't forget to like the video, smash that subscribe button, and turn on notification, so you do not miss my next upload of Reddit stories, cheating stories, and more Dear Pastor stories. The title of today's story is, My Boyfriend is a Grinch. So, without further ado, grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's dive in and explore this difficult chapter of this young lady's life together with a Grinch. The letter to the pastor reads,
Dear Pastor, I am 20 and I am having a problem. I have a boyfriend who is 24. We are living together. I had to leave home when I got pregnant. My sister and I were sleeping on the same bed, and when I got pregnant, it was difficult for her. So one day I packed up and told my mother that I was going to stay with my boyfriend because his grandmother told him that I could come and live with them. Before I went to live with him, he treated me very well, but now he wants to rule me in every way. I'm going to have the baby in February, so I told him I would spend Christmas with my parents because they are encouraging me to do so. I told him that he can come with me. He said he does not believe in Christmas, and when I have the baby, he doesn't want me to teach him about Christmas or to sing any Christmas songs in the child's ears because Christmas is a pagan holiday. It is pure foolishness he is talking about. Where he is working, the company has a Christmas party he attended last year and wanted me to go with him. That was before I got pregnant. I asked him for money to buy stuff for Christmas, and he said whatever money he gives me would be for the house, but not to spend foolishly. If I sing a Christmas carol, he is offended. He does not eat pork, but he drinks sorrel. So I called him a hypocrite because sorrel is a traditional Christmas drink. Sometimes I wonder how I got mixed up with this man. I did not listen to my parents when they warned me about having a man who is not educated. I have to give him what is due to him. He pays the rent on time, and since we have been living together, he is paying for a new stove. He helps around the house and he encourages me to go to the clinic. But he says that I am worshipping a white Jesus and to observe Christmas is putting a white man over black people. I told him that he shouldn't take his Christmas bonus if he hates Christmas so much. I know he will be looking forward to his bonus, and I am going to be very nice to him because I want half of it.
What did he say?
When he talks foolishness, I try not to answer him and then give him sex that makes him quiet. He loves to have sex, but if I ever mention church, he gets irate and talks about Selassie. I'm going back to school after I have the baby. My mother told me that she will keep my baby. Whenever I talk about going to school, my boyfriend says that I should wait until the baby is 3. That is too long. Although I love this man, I don't see a future with him. What do you suggest that I do? M.E.
Dear M.E. You have good parents. They are disappointed that you got pregnant, but they didn't put you out. You left on your own volition after you realized that you were inconveniencing your sister. Your mother did not condemn you, and she is still willing to assist you in whatever way she can. Christmas is a time where family meets together, so your parents are hoping for you to spend the Christmas at their house, and an invitation was extended to your boyfriend. He said he does not believe in Christmas, so he is not planning to go. I hope that he will come to his senses and go, but if he does not change his mind, make sure that you spend time with your family and enjoy your Christmas. You have grown up to observe Christmas, sing your carols among your family, eat and enjoy yourself. Even if your boyfriend thinks that Christmas is paganistic, he should learn to do things to please you and not to be disrespectful to the Savior in whom you believe. Where did he get this idea that Jesus was white? I hear people say that all the time. But whether they are right or wrong, it does not change the fact that he is the Savior of mankind, and that everyone should rejoice at his birth and celebrate it in the best way we can. Go home for Christmas, and don't be afraid to eat a healthy meal. After you have given birth, try and go back to school. So it means that you have to be careful and not allow your boyfriend to get you pregnant again. I wish you well. Pastor.
That was Pastor's take on that challenging situation. Other people gave their 2 cents on the matter as well, so let's check out the comment section. The first comment comes from Unapologetic Awaken.
The man is more profound and deeply educated than you think. There's no such birth. The first of that documented kind is the story of Heru, Ausur and Aset, the baby born of the Trinity, man, woman and child. They tricked the black race and indoctrinated us to a particular belief, then twisted the truth and gave it to us. Almost every home that you go to you can see the picture of Caesar Borgia. Google him for yourself. Though Google isn't even accurate with the real truth. The black man will regain his former glory.
Dwight McLean added.
Everyone is entitled to his or her own opinion. No one should try to force anyone to believe in anything.
Lady D also added.
The picture that those artists painted 1,000,000 years ago is not Jesus. The Bible gave limited description of Jesus. Hair like wool, not wool, and eyes like fire. Not a detailed description at all. I have been to many homes and I have yet to see a picture of this so-called Jesus as when I was a child. Seems to me that you are the more foolish one, writer. You should have asked him about his doctrinal beliefs among family history before you got involved with him. You also should have finished school before bringing a child into this world. Paganism has many meanings. It could be irreligious, but Christmas is a religious holiday. It could mean belief in many gods just like Hinduism. So, you should ask the fellow what does he mean by pagan. If he cannot explain, well, you know he is repeating what others have said. Sorrel can be prepared and enjoyed at any time of the year just like turkey can be eaten at Thanksgiving in North America, Christmas, or any time of the year. It is not limited to Thanksgiving. I love to eat turkey sandwiches. So, play house with this fellow and take what he throws at you.
Susie joins in with.
He sounds controlling.
Earl the Pearl jumps into the conversation with.
I think these people are both confused about the meaning of Christmas. Nothing is wrong with him rejecting the stories he's been told of Christmas, but he shouldn't force his belief on others.
Our good friend Can We Talk To said.
Pastor. While I wish this writer and her family a festive and joyous holiday season, here is another classic example of a young woman who put the cart before the horse and got herself a belly before knowing too much about her partner and his likes and dislikes and belief system, as well as expressing her own. In fact, the same could be said of him. They both rushed headlong into having unprotected sex, which has now resulted in her tentatively giving birth in possibly less than 12 weeks. At this stage of the game, they both ought to cut the nonsense and agree that both of them will have input into what all their child will learn, and as the both of them quint, their child will eventually become old enough to make up their own mind. An out loud musing. How is it that so many young women after they go get themselves a belly seemingly become engrossed with returning to school, but never thought about this beforehand, so as not to get themselves in the predicament of getting a belly in the first place?
Sweet, the last commenter, added some honey to the conversation.
But, it's true. Pagan holidays.
Well, there you have it, guys. Everyone had some interesting points, so let me add mine to the mix. I believe as free-willed beings, we do have a choice to believe in whatever we so choose to believe in. However, we all should be mindful that our words and actions have consequences, and in this particular situation, we can see that this young lady jumped the gun by getting intimate with the young man and ended up pregnant. Now that she has a belly for this man, they will need to agree to disagree because, unfortunately, now there is a child involved, so it is no longer about them. Someone already said it, but I would like to take this opportunity to encourage all lovers and potential parents to ask all the uncomfortable questions early before you get involved, because once the eggplant meets the kitty, anything can happen. It is full time people stop having unplanned kids because it often hurts both the parents and the child. So guys, if abstinence does not make sense, wrap it up, or at least ask the difficult questions and prepare to be parents, the right way. But hey, maybe I am not making sense. Comment your thoughts on the situation. Do you agree with the boyfriend that Christmas is a pagan holiday? Or, do you agree with the girlfriend and think that anyone who does not celebrate Christmas is a Grinch? In any case, if you liked the video, smash the like button, smash the subscribe button and hit the bell for more interesting Dear Pastor, Reddit and cheating stories like this one. Thank you for watching the video to this point. Catch you in the next one. Love. Some people's Christmas tend to be merrier than others. However, in today's story, a night of fun and intoxication led to a Christmas gift no woman would ever forget. What would you do if you got carried away at a party then woke up in bed with a stranger? Such is the case with this lady, in today's story titled, I Got Pregnant on Christmas Day in a Hotel Room. Yo guys, welcome back to Basic Principles YouTube channel. The channel that brings you interesting Reddit, Dear Pastor and cheating stories from Jamaica and around the world for your entertainment. So, sit back, relax and let's hear how this lady seasoned up her Christmas with a little sugar and spice. The letter to the pastor reads,
Dear Pastor, I am the mother of 2 children, a boy and a girl. They are for different men. I am 27 years old. My first pregnancy was not planned. In fact, none of my 2 children were planned. Every time I think about Christmas, I remember I got pregnant with my first child on Christmas Day in a hotel room. I went to a party with a man at the hotel. He convinced me to stay with him, so we booked a room, and that was it. I was not on the pill. We did not have condoms. Those things were not even on my mind. Looking back, I believe I was half drunk. When I woke up I was in the nude, and this man was also naked. We looked at each other and I was embarrassed. I found out afterwards that some of my friends tried to stop me from drinking so much, but I wouldn't listen. I was dancing up a storm. My best friend told me that she tried to tell me that we should go, but I didn't listen. I don't remember that. I found out after that this man who captivated me that night was married. We never had a conversation about whether he was married. He was an honorable man because he gave me his number and his 2 addresses. I met with him twice after the party and I was prepared for him. He had condoms, but that was too late. When I called him and told him that I had missed my period, he asked me whether I wanted to keep the child if I was pregnant, and I told him no. He said I should think about it because although he is married, he and his wife do not have children. I thought about it long and hard. I also encouraged him to tell his wife what had happened and he promised me that he would. He later called me and told me that his wife is very angry with him, but she has assured him that she would forgive him. I spoke to his wife and she assured me that she has forgiven him, and she would take the child if I was willing to give her up. I had my baby, but I did not give her up. This man has supported his daughter, but I registered her in my name. He supports her every month, but he is not leaving his wife to marry me and I would love to get married. I am with another man now. We are in business together, but my daughter's father said he does not want his daughter to have a stepfather. I don't know what to do. Sometimes I think he is saying that because he wants me to give my daughter to him and his wife. He is not poor. His wife has a very good job and he, too, is in a very good job, so my daughter would be well supported. The man that I am living with would be crazy to touch my daughter, but I know anything can happen. Please give me your advice. Initial withheld.
Wow, what an eventful story this lady has. People, if you cannot handle your liquor, it is best to avoid it because you will definitely find yourself with your panties off, with your boxers off, and even find yourself on one of these roller coasters of excitement and drama. Anyway guys, if you liked the video so far, please smash the subscribe button, smash the like button and leave a comment. Now, let's hear what Pastor has to say on this matter.
Dear writer, I hope that you have learned your lesson, and that lesson is simply that one should only drink alcohol in moderation and one should always be in control of one's self at all times. This man you met at the party never told you he was married. He gave you the impression that he was single and he just wanted to have a good time with a woman, so he did not tell you the truth about himself. A man should not lie, he should always speak the truth. But even if this man had spoken the truth, you were so intoxicated that you would have gone with him anyway. At least this man told his wife the truth about you and he accepted paternity. I cannot encourage you to give up this child to her father. You should get legal advice, and, in fact, you should ask yourself this question: why would you let your child go and live with her father and a stepmother? You are able to support her with the money you get from her father. I will not encourage you to give her up at all. This concern that her father has about your daughter and her stepfather should not cause you to want to give her up. It is your duty, as a mother, to take care of your daughter. Not all stepfathers will abuse their stepchildren. So, don't allow his concerns to get you to do what you do not wish to do. Pastor.
So guys, that was Pastor's take. I actually disagree with Pastor on this one. I believe the mother should have given her daughter to her father. Not because of the boyfriend of the mother, but because the father wants a child and he has a wife willing to take care of the child. I could be wrong, because perhaps the wife would feel some kind of ill will against the daughter and hurt her, but I was thinking of it from an adoption point of view, where a childless couple gets a child and they stay in contact with the mother and the daughter can visit. But I guess everything happens for a reason, and this reason is the mother did not want to give up her child. Anyhow, I checked the comment section and it was buzzing. First comment comes from Bleach and he said,
Is this how you are, just big and careless so? You need God.
Reader woman added,
She was so drunk she doesn't even remember, let alone enjoyed the sex.
Lady D replied to Reader woman and said,
She wanted money. LOL.
Anita Ram also added,
Careless. Out fishing as usual.
Gunner 4 Life 7 lamented,
When I left Jamaica in the early 90s, I was 24 years old and hardly any of my peers had children. In fact, I didn't know anyone in my age range with children. This baby mother culture has taken over the lives of our young people. It's so unfortunate. You need to get on birth control or tie your tubes, young lady. You have 2 children by 2 different men at 27. Please don't make it a third man.
Lady D replied to Gunner 4 Life 7,
Gunner, I am shocked too that these things go on. I was in a church with many Caribbean, predominantly Jamaicans on the East Coast. Mostly 2 parents home, including myself, and did not have children until marriage.
Flydude 86 chimed in and said,
Keep your child. The writer should consider giving the child her father's last name, since he is already taking care of his daughter.
Arcad 2 shared his thoughts.
Lady, give the man his child and stop trying to hold the child as ransom. Why should your first baby father have to contribute his income to you and his child plus others you are living with? I am positive you did not separate the food in the house. You are not an honorable person. You promised to give them the child and you backed out on your promise, hoping to use the child to steal the man. But it backfired on you. Now, you are looking for pity. The solution to your problem is to give the man his child and go live your life. The child already knows you are her birth mother, but in Jamaica that doesn't mean anything.
Anthony replied to Arcad 2,
What a piece of something. I never knew these kinds of things still happen out here.
Mike B commented on this one and said,
Why did you not register the child in the father's name? Legally, you created a situation where he can stop supporting her. But you are lucky in that regard so far. Count your blessings. You now have a new man and another child. Your first child's father was never your man to begin with, you got careless, simply put. One could also say you did not live up to your end of the bargain of giving the baby to her father and his wife. He still supports the child, so be grateful.
Lady D commented again,
Madam, I am not saying to give your daughter totally up, but her biological father should be in her life. So on weekends she could go and stay with her father and stepmother and have a father in her life. Okay.
Jacob Forrest also added,
Don't give up your child full stop because you have a new man. If you feel he might abuse your child, just look out and know your man.
Sad Lad jumped in.
Pastor, you are giving this not so good advice. She wanted to abort the child in the beginning, but the man and now father of the child convinced her to keep the child, telling her that he and his wife don't have any children. Also, he said he would take on the responsibilities. Pastor, you said she should seek legal advice, which is good, but she shouldn't be discouraged from giving up the child since she has another one.
Vernal dropped a comment that turned into a thread.
Madam, the married man has no rights/demands with regards to you moving on with your life. Hopefully, the child will not have multiple stepfathers. Keep your child, all he has to do is to continue to maintain her emotional and financially. P.S. I think he deliberately got you pregnant, since he and his wife are childless, and that was why he gave you his number and 2 addresses.
Arcad 2 replied to Vernal.
Vernal, why are you encouraging this woman's slackness? This is why most women find themselves into problems and depression. They have cheerleaders like you cheering them on and telling them they should not be accountable for their actions. Why do you have to make it about the man? You did not blame her for any of the following. 1. Drinking and getting drunk. 2. Not going home when her friends asked her to leave. 3. Going to a hotel with a man she doesn't know. 4. Having sex without a condom. 5. Keeping the child when she knew the man was married. 6. Deciding to give the child to the father and his wife then changing her mind. 7. Have another child with another man while not being married. No accountability.
Vernal replied to Arcad 2.
Come on, man, stop that. Of course she has to accept full responsibility in the debacle. I was just saying I know of instances where married men have stepped out of their marriage to sire a child because the wife is unable to get pregnant, and I think this married man deliberately got her pregnant. Why else would he give her his contact number, 2 addresses and tell his wife, causing further embarrassment? Do you know how this affects a woman when she is unable to bear a child for her husband, especially a son? It takes 2 to tango, but I prefer to blame the married person who knows that he or she has a partner, and yet is willing to have unprotected sex and produce a child in the process. I do not agree that the lady should give up her child, and what makes us even sure if the child is for the married man, unless he did a DNA test? My humble opinion is that she should do a deed poll and register the child in the father's name, and he should continue to support his child, mentally and financially. By the way, didn't you read where I cautioned her to cut out the whole heap of stepfather business?
Arcad 2 replied to Vernal again.
I am going to disagree with you, slightly. First of all, it doesn't take 2 to tango. A few years ago it did, but the world has changed. Women have full control over what goes in and what comes out. Notice that the man had to ask her if she wanted to keep it. She said yes. Anyway, have a wonderful new year.
Again guys, wow. This was an insane story worthy of Reddit and Dear Pastor. It is crazy what goes on at and after parties. I agree that the mother went back on her words and weaponized the child, but as we just heard, she failed miserably in getting the married man from his wife. The married man is definitely at fault as well, because he knew prior to Pound Town he was not a single man. However, he went deep inside and out, and even spilled milk inside the young lady's box. But she agreed to it. She also wanted it, so she has to take responsibility for it as well. Additionally, she never gave the daughter her father's name while he was very supportive, which was not a good look on her part. This is why you cannot believe what someone says, but you have to watch what they do, because people may lie or change their minds, so seeing is believing. But, perhaps I am being too hard on her. Maybe everything that happened was a silly mistake? Who do you blame for the chain of events that happened? Did you agree or disagree with any comments made? Share your thoughts in the comment section. On your way down, please smash the subscribe and like buttons. And, if you think this story was crazy, check out another video in the description or click one of the videos showing to you on the screen. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Love.